There we go. And we're live. Sorry, this is what happens. Good evening, SHL. Welcome to the J Tonight. I'm your host, Patrick. With me tonight, as always, is Toaster. Toaster, how are you doing tonight?
Doing good. Just enjoyed the Sims we watched.
Yep, just got done watching The Sims. And as you can see in the title and on your screen, tonight we have a special guest, season 84 pick, Slash. How are you doing?
I'm good. I am less pleased by The Sims I just watched. So
It was rough for both of us, so it's okay. I am going to apologize ahead of time. I did not have time this week to do a show sheet, so we are winging it. So we're just going to see what we can get into and go from there. And along with that, there is no trivia. But as always, like I've said the past two episodes, and we're going to go through the playoffs on this, is if you look at the flag behind me, if you donate to the league on the donation league, at least $12, you'll enter in the drawing. Just tag me or shoot me a message that you did it, and we'll have a drawing at the end of the playoffs to see who wins a flag. And Toaster, I know I still need to get you your flag. It is actually on the shelf somewhere. So
All good.
it is there and ready. So no trivia question tonight, though, so I am sorry about that, but it has been a very busy week. So without any further ado, let's get right into the show. Slash, since you're our guest today, tell us about, you're kind of talking a little bit off camera about it, but tell us about your experience in the league, your first go around, and then how it's been this time.
yeah, I could talk 30 minutes about my first player. That's kind of a crazy story with Alistair Kane, but it was fun. Um, but the highlights are I'm one of those people who got the Reddit recruitment and I joined the site and then forgot I did that. And I got an email from the site that was like, "You have a new message from Jay Courtesy," and I was like, "Oh yeah, I've joined that." And then the rest is history. I joined the Discord and started earning, and it was weird because I was a fly, like a random flyer, last pick of the draft, and they didn't count on me being active, so I was the third goalie.
Wow.
I saw no time in that first season, but I was still kind of just earning. I thought that's how it went, honestly. And then first year we lost in the finals, and then I won two more. I got drafted by Edmonton, and I was going to be the goalie of the future, but then they traded for Tommy Tuck, and then that blocked my path to being a starter. So I was picked first overall by New Orleans in the expansion draft and had 15 season career with them. Got one cup out of it, which was cool, and lost to Buffalo twice in the finals, which is heartbreaking. Um, but I had a lot of site jobs, which was fun. I got super into it. My second player was kind of mid, so that's okay. But I'm excited to be back now.
Is he muted? Did he mute himself?
Did you go? What round did you go in Vancouver this year?
First round, 6 overall. That's the highest I've ever been picked, actually.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Well deserved. You said you had many side jobs. What one was your favorite?
PT director was a lot of fun, but you get a lot of flack from people who don't appreciate the creativity that you put into prompts. I don't know. I haven't seen this in the SHL. Do they still do 2 prompts?
Yes. Yes, in the SHL they do 2 prompts.
That was from me. There used to be 1 prompt, and then I wanted one that was like a fun prompt and then a super sim prompt. So if you want to do one or the other, then you get to pick that. And yeah, I liked the creativity of making the prompts. The grading of the PTs and all that was a little dull, but I think I enjoyed that one the most. It's just a lot of work.
Yeah. I imagine trying to come up with the PTs, like I have a lot of respect for anybody coming up with those BTs, because a lot of them are creative, and just being able to come up with something creative week after week is very, very tough. Very, very tough.
Mm.
So that was a great question, Toaster. I'd like to say, Frenchie, we can't do song requests because we will get copyrighted by YouTube pretty quickly. I'm not even going to try that. And then
You don't want to try singing the song request?
no,
Yeah, karaoke.
you got that. That's what your
just you,
job
not
is.
me.
Remember when we talked about starting this up, you said that you were going to do karaoke every episode.
Oh, my
You
bad.
have to see Toaster's karaoke.
If we want people to still watch, probably should stay that way.
You don't want to sing about them. Gary said, shout out. Let's shout out all the DFAs that should be getting signed this weekend. Added 2 tonight to my team. So yeah, we're gonna go. I am not singing, Gary. There is not enough money in the world for me to sing. I do not have the voice to sing. I sing alone in the car, and that is it.
What if I fund an entire week of trading cards for you?
No, it's not. It's not worth it. It's not. It's not. You could definitely come on, Kari, and sing a Jay Tonight theme song. We do need our own theme song. So let's go right into. I'm going to get us over to this, and I'm going to share my screen. We're going to go straight into the final regular season standings. Get a little closer. There we go. All right.
Cammy wants you to sing. Come on.
What is it?
Cammy wants you to sing too.
Yeah, no, it's not happening. If somebody donates 150 to the league, I'll sing something. I do know the Remedy by Jason Mraz by heart, because that was something I would always sing in the shower for some reason. And it's been ingrained. I sang that like when it first came out when I was in high school, I think, and it's been ingrained in my head ever since. So sometimes when I'm taking the shower, I'll just randomly start singing it and go, "Why am I singing this?" So right into the standing Southern Conference. Your Southern Conference regular season champions are your St. Louis Scarecrows.
Back to back.
Back to back, 48, 13, and 5 with 101 points, and they have a plus 121 goal differential. They will be taking on the 8th place Southern team, San Diego Tidal, who went 19, 43, and 4 with 42 points with a negative 135 goal differential. Second place in the Southern Conference, you have Detroit, who went 38, 24, and 4 with 80 points, plus 80 goal differential. They will be taking on Maine, who went 24, 38, and 4 with a negative 74 goal differential. Nevada, great improvement this year for Nevada, finishing 35, 25, and 6, 76 points with a plus 8 goal differential. They will be taking on Colorado, who started out the season hot, and then they just kind of slowly fell down the standings, finishing 28, 29, and 9 with 65 points and a negative 12 goal differential. And then Ottawa kind of slowly climbed up those standings into 4th with a 37, 28, and 1 record, 75 points, plus 9 on the goal differential, and they'll be taking on Carolina, who went 34, 29, and 3 with 71 points and a plus 14 goal differential. I think, Toaster, if I'm not mistaken, I think me and you got the top 2 teams correct in the Southern Conference.
I believe so.
I think so. After that, I think it's a mixed bag.
Yeah.
I can't remember.
I don't remember exactly the rest of the standings, but it was not quite.
So yeah. Any huge surprises on the Southern Conference side from the beginning of the year to the end?
Colorado is my biggest surprise. They were pretty high up there after 2-3 weeks and fell off a little bit.
Yeah. What about you, Slash?
I think I remember looking at Detroit when I was doing the predictions, and they didn't have a ton of TPE, so I think I put them low. So it looks like they got some great coaching.
Yeah, they did. I think I picked Nevada kind of middle of the pack, and they finished out really strong. They struggled a little bit and kind of picked it up towards the end there. But we will move right down to the Northern Conference, where your Northern Conference champions are the Quebec City Citadels, going 48, 15, and 3, 99 points, 100 plus 161 on the goal differential. And they will be facing off against Anchorage, who finished last in the Northern Conference, going 25, 38, and 3 with 53 points and a negative 62 on the goal differential. Great Falls finished out in second, going 45, 18, 3 with 93 points plus 60 on the goal differential. They will be facing Thunder Bay on the P Ice, going 25, 35, and 6 with 56 points and a negative 77 on the goal differential. Third place, Vancouver held on. last sim win kept them in third, going 32, 30, and 4, 68 points, negative 5 on the goal differential. They will be facing Kelowna. I'm dead inside, going 27, 34, and 5 with a negative 29 goal differential. And then UConn snuck up the leaderboard pretty quickly there. But like I said, Vancouver held them off. They went 32, 30, and 4, just like Vancouver. But they lost because of regulation over overtime wins. 29 compared to Vancouver's 30. But they had plus 4 on the goal differential. And they will be facing Newfoundland, who they were second to last week, weren't they? I know they're definitely sixth in the Northern Conference. I don't know if there's that. They started the season in seventh, and they've been climbing pretty steadily here. The last couple sims, and they finished 31, 35, 62 points, minus 63 on the goal differential, and they will face UConn. Without saying Kelowna, who are your surprises?
Kelowna. I was kidding. I'm still going with Vancouver. I think
Vancouver had a great season.
When you go on a fire sale of most of your top players, you're not expected to be in the top 3. But they are.
And what about you, Slash? Who's your surprise this season?
Vancouver's a big one because they started like really well too. I think we were up there in the standings, like top 5, and then it all kind of fell apart in the last like 3 sims. I was looking this last sim, and the one before it lost 4 out of the last 5 games, and they weren't pretty. Like they weren't close. 9-6 loss. So not feeling great going into the playoffs, but hopefully we find a way.
Ended the season on a big win.
I'll take it.
Ending the season on a win is always the greatest thing. I don't know how that feels.
I know it was important that me and Polly Wag are on the same pair, so we're growing chemistry. So that might not pay off this season, but hopefully in the future.
You really, really want me doing that. Sorry. Don't get me started on chemistry right now. I am going to actually add an image, and hopefully it works the way I hope it does. Again, we're just kind of trying to. This is from Shawnee. Shawnee did a great job getting this to us. The sim literally just ended a little bit ago, and Shawnee got us the weekly sim standings of how the teams did this season. So huge thank you to Shawnee. And these are how the teams did their last sim week. So this This past week's Sims, St. Louis led the way. They played 19 games. They won 15, lost 3, and had 1 overtime loss for 31 points. Ottawa, 20 games played, 15, 4-1 with 31 points. They really climbed with that.
Yep.
QCC had a good sim week as well, 14-3-1 with 29 points. Great Falls kind of dropped down to average a little bit. I'm gonna say the point per game was average for them, but they went 12-7-0. Detroit, 16 games played, 11-4-1 final sim week. Nevada, 10-5-2. Yukon, 10-7-1 with 21 points. Newfoundland, 10-9-0 with 20 points. Anchorage, 8-11-1 with 17 points. Carolina, 7-10-1 with 15 points. Vancouver struggled this sim week, 7-11-1, 15 points, but a 39-point percentage. Kelowna had a below average week with 5-6-2, but had a better point percentage than a lot of the bottom or teams did, but just played 13 games because our schedule was extremely front loaded. Colorado went 5-12-1 with 11 points. Maine 5-12-1 with 11 points. Thunder Bay 15 games played, 4-9-2, and San Diego went 4-13-1. Yes, 71.9% for Detroit last week. Huge. Just below St. Louis going 81%, QCC going 80%, and then it was Detroit being third. So
It's interesting to see the game spread there. Teams with 13, 15, a couple teams with 20.
yeah,
19.
the bad news is I didn't write out this episode, so I'm holding back rants that usually a show sheet would keep me from going on. Because the way that the way our schedule was at the beginning of the year was absolutely ridiculous, and then hardly playing games this week. We played the least amount of games this week out of everybody by at least 2.
Yeah.
At least 2. So it just absolutely.
Do they reset the fitness when they do the Sims, or does that play into it?
The only thing that's reset is happiness. And at one point at the beginning of the season, I had 5 or 6 players that were at 15% fitness before games. And it's aggravating. It's aggravating. But I learned a lot this year. Learned a lot this season, and I'm going to use that. But let me get back over to our other screen share. Let me remove this, replace it with the screen share, back onto the standings. Let's go into playoff predictions. I feel like that's a fun way to go. And since you're on this episode, you get to do playoff predictions.
Okay.
So you'll have people messaging you after the playoffs are done, telling you how wrong you were. It's fun.
If you hit the regular season in the top corner, you can switch to the bracket.
Don't tell me what to do.
My bad.
Let's go back to the play. The preseason was so good.
The glory days.
Let's just go back to the preseason before my stress. So this is the playoff bracket. I'm going to let Toaster go first.
Are we just going round by round?
Yeah, let's go round by round.
We're going to take Detroit over Maine in 6. Hold on, let me write these down somewhere.
Yeah, I was about to say write them down because I'm not going to be able to. I could write them. There's a note. Do you have the note column on the right?
Uh,
No. Okay. Go ahead, Tester. I'll write them down.
okay. Detroit, Maine. Detroit in 6. Nevada versus Colorado. I'm gonna do Nevada in 7. Be the opposite of the last 2 seasons. St. Louis over the title in 6.
Ooh.
Ottawa over Carolina in 7. Can I skip this one? I don't want to.
Do it. Break my heart.
I want to. Nope. Kelowna is going to beat Vancouver in 7.
I had a backspace what I was writing.
Great Falls will lose to Thunder Bay again. Round 1. In 6.
Ooh.
QCC is going to sweep Anchorage. Sorry, Dr. Rod. And then. Oh, this one's hard. We'll go Yukon over Newfoundland in 6.
All right. Slash, you're up.
All right, I haven't researched this much, so it's just vibes. And Toaster stole my hot take. Detroit over Maine. I feel like they came in hot, so they'll keep it rolling. I like the Battleborn historically. I feel like they've had a lot of success, so they could keep going. St. Louis is a good bet there for beating San Diego. I think same reason it's Detroit. I'm taking Ottawa because they're on a roll in the playoffs. They won a bunch in that last sim. Shawnee, cover your ears. I think Kelowna wins this one. I just am very disheartened by the.
You're gonna be on the trade block faster than Dr. Wad.
You can't separate me from Polywag. We're a package deal.
Shawnee, I said I'm sorry.
I don't know. Maybe like my player is playing like shit too, so maybe they're just. I updated O-Read. Maybe that was a mistake. Tampa Bay over Great Falls because it's funny. QCC over Anchorage, and let's go Yukon. They were doing pretty good in the last sim.
Okay. I have to change yours. You said Toaster, you said Thunder Bay, right?
Yeah.
This is a hard one. So I'm gonna go Detroit. I think Detroit's on fire. They're playing exactly how I thought they would. That's why I had them so high up at the preseason. I think they do it in 5. I think Nevada will win in 7, and it will be very tight. I think St. Louis sweeps San Diego in 4. I think
I hope
Ottawa.
that didn't just jinx us.
I don't know what. Put it in. Did he put it in the chat and I just haven't seen it yet? Shawnee, put it in the chat so I can just share it on the screen. I don't want to read the Discord message. I'm going to go Carolina over Ottawa in 7. Oh. Shawnee told me to tell you that you need to learn San Diegonese.
No. I'm worth like 5 firsts, so that's a steep price.
I think this is a very big coin flick. Vancouver has had the season series. Kelowna's not setting the world on fire right now, but neither is Vancouver. Vancouver has the home ice, but I will say Kelowna in 7. It's going to be a very tight series. I have faith in Great Falls, even though I do not envy them on which goalie they're going to play. And I'm going to say Great Falls wins in 4. QCC wins in 4. And I think Newfoundland upsets Yukon. So that is what I have. And I have that going to 7.
He's got faith in Great Falls to not repeat last season.
You underestimate Scruff.
Our boss, Captain Cooper, says QCC versus Anchorage for the highest mileage playoff series. Yep. Welcome to the Northern Conference.
Welcome to the Northern Conference. Hope you like flying.
Oh, there it is. I've actually made Kari happy, but I still hate the ice. Dr. Wad said
Ice and the jerseys.
Patrick smoking a pack given by Smoking Jay. For real. I don't speak this young stuff.
Is that San Diego
It's young
Needs?
stuff.
San Diego Needs. Get used to it. Go ahead and start translating. And then Johnny says he's
I'll sell it at a discount.
So,
A seventh in future considerations.
Damn.
didn't know coming on the show was going to kill your stock, did you?
Yeah, I got the hot takes.
I mean, I get why. I think that's going to be a good playoff series to watch. I think between that, Ottawa, Carolina, Newfoundland, Yukon, those are some of the really better matchups. I really wouldn't be surprised if Nevada sweeps Colorado by the way that Nevada's playing. But I just have to. Nevada loves Game 7s. I think it's just in them.
Do they?
So, I think. I mean, they always go to them. What would you do if you're Great Falls? Who are you starting in goal if you're Great Falls?
Hold on, let me do some research here.
You have Tyler Bodega, and he's a leader on the other goalies. Oh, I'm still in playoffs. Sorry.
I'd start Bodega.
And Matty Brynjardsson. Brynjardsson leads in wins. Tyler Bodega is over top of him in goals saved above average.
Bodega's
they are
got
close
more
in
shutouts.
goals against average.
Oh, you're asking this because they're both really good? I thought you were saying they were both bad.
They're both really good.
Yeah.
And the theory was last year they were up 3 games to zip on Thunder Bay, right? Or was it Yukon? It was Thunder Bay.
That was Thunder Bay, yeah.
Yeah. They were up 3 games to zip on Thunder Bay. And they switched to give Tyler Bodega a game. And it fell apart.
Yep.
It all fell apart. So they had started Matty those first 3 games. Gave Tyler Bodega the net in game 4. And they ended up losing 4 straight to get knocked out.
That's tough.
So you have 2 good goalies. Are you going to rotate them? You have to give them games. How do you go about that?
If I was GM, I would look at who the team played better for and just roll with them.
Let's see. Evil said Matty had an absurd amount of goal support in his games compared to Bodega. Well, you're Bodega's friend. Of course you'd say that. Get out of here with the
homerism.
The fourth line's watching us and judging us. I just don't. I mean, is it a case that during the regular season it is great to have 2 goalies, and then playoffs it kind of bites you?
I think playoffs, you just got to keep riding whoever's hot.
Yeah,
but
you have to get. They're both active. It's not an inactive player, so by rule you have to get them games.
That's true.
In FHM, there's the little hot and cold icons, right? Yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
That could help you.
How do you feel if you're the other goalie? You come in for the game, and it all falls apart.
Yeah, I mean,
That's why I can't be a goalie.
I have a funny story about being a goalie.
You were a goalie. Go ahead.
Yeah. So we make it to the finals in season 43 against Vancouver. And there used to be play-by-plays. I don't know if you guys are kind of new, so I don't know if you're in the lore of play-by-plays. But basically,
I have heard about the play-by-plays where they typed it up.
yeah. So the simmer would give you like basically a document that shows everything that happened in the game. The game would tell you like at 6 minutes and 37 seconds, this dude took a shot. This dude won a face-off. And your job is just to kind of pick and choose highlights that you want to put in there and make a whole thread and keep people interested in it. And then the teams would go in there and just cheer for stuff and kind of react. And it was a fun time. It paid out some TP too. And I was assigned to this finals game 4, and we were down 3-0. And I'm in net. And it starts, and I let in 3 quick goals. And they pull me in my own play-by-play. And so I got to have fun with it. I was just talking about how my player like he got into the locker room, left the building, he was just walking into the woods, never to be seen again while Vancouver wins the cup. Like it was a crazy time and not my best moment in net. So it was just just reading that when the simmer gave it to me, and I was like, mother, I gotta.
If anybody listens to the non-section podcast, which I'm not telling you to go do because don't do it. I had explicitly said I could never be a goalie. I'm not built for that.
Same.
I think if I was Great Falls, I would give Tyler Bodega laser tag time so that he would disappear from the game so you don't have to pick. And Evil, you're right. It was a 2-0 winning both games at home and then lost straight 4. So it wasn't a reverse sweep. I was wrong on that. I apologize. So let's go into the second round. And Toaster, if you could private chat me the in-season cup too.
Oh, yeah.
Because that should have just wrapped up. But I will let Slash go first. Second round, it's going to be Detroit. On your side, it's going to be Detroit, Nevada, St. Louis, Ottawa. Got it.
Let's go with Nevada. I kind of have an inherent bias towards Detroit because they were St. Louis's rivals when I was in net there. So I'd like to see Nevada win this one. So there's your angry DMs you can send me.
Cammy's in the chat. Kami's going to be mad at you.
They're going to be in my DMs screaming. I'm not sure what I'm going to do. I mean, is it boring to say St. Louis? Probably, but I will.
That's fair.
I love it. I'll take it.
So you got Nevada and St. Louis going on. And then you have Kelowna versus Thunder Bay, QCC against UConn.
Yeah, honestly, let's keep the good vibes rolling for Thunder Bay. Let's move them on here to the conference finals.
Would that be right? Is that going to be right? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's right.
And Quebec City, it's
really going on a ledge there. Sorry.
The risky pick there.
Someone's got to say it.
Then for me, I got Detroit versus Nevada. I'm going to go Detroit in 7. And then I'm going to go St. Louis in 6. I'm going to skip my pick on that one for a second. I'm going to go QCC in 4.
Now you got to make the tough choice here. Who's it gonna be?
I'm going to come off as a homer.
Nah.
I'm coming off as a homer. Great Falls cannot decide which goalie to go to, and Kelowna takes it in 7 on a reverse sweep.
On a reverse sweep.
On a reverse sweep. That's my pick. Toaster, Detroit, Nevada.
Nevada takes it in 7 again.
Here
They
come the
love game
Screes.
sevens.
Nevada in 7. All right, St. Louis, Ottawa.
St. Louis has a tough history against Ottawa. So we'll say St. Louis in 6.
Okay. Kelowna, Thunder Bay.
Thunder Bay's Cinderella run ends after 1 run. Kelowna wins in 7.
That's right. Toaster know who signs his paycheck. QCC Yukon.
It's QCC in 4.
In 4.
Sweeps them. Yep. QCC is going to go on a run like Kelowna did last season. 12 games to the finals.
Shawnee, I got that. I'll post it up in just a second. All right. So you got Nevada and St. Louis. Who's coming out of the South? Or I'll go first, actually. I'll go first. I don't know if you noticed my pick, Toaster, and what it meant. Detroit gets by Nevada in 7.
Mm-hmm.
Detroit beats St. Louis.
Yikes.
That's never happened.
Because if you get by Nevada in 7, you're winning the cup. It has been proven.
That is the historical way to do it.
And QCC in 4. So, and then I have as your champion, 4-star cup champion is Detroit
Detroit wins it all.
in 5.
In 5.
In 5.
Hate to
I
see
think that's
it.
the hottest take so far.
That is the hottest take so far. All right, Toaster. Nevada, St. Louis.
Predicting the future here and looking at the past. Game 7, St. Louis wins.
St. Louis wins it. In what? 7?
7.
Okay.
Making it 21 games that Nevada has played in 3 rounds.
Kelowna, QCC.
This is where Kelowna's run ends to QCC. Not a sweep, though, as I just said, because I forgot I put Kelowna here already. QCC wins in 5 instead. They're just too good.
That's all right. You're right. Sorry, I'm going back through the chats. I'm on 2 different screens. I'm sorry, you guys. Kari agrees with me.
Yeah, if Nevada takes you to a game 7, you win
Cammy,
the
you
cup.
got this. You and Cap got this. Unless you're against us. You're not the one.
Yes.
All right. QCC St. Louis. You going St. Louis?
Yeah, I have to.
All right. In 7?
6. 6 only after today's performance, where St. Louis won on home ice 9-6.
Okay. Slash, you got Nevada versus St. Louis.
Let's do something different. I'll create a story here. Angel Ann has a bad first 2 games. So they switch to Timu, lose another one, and then win the next 3, but can't quite recover. And Nevada wins in 7.
Shawnee, you are not the only one in my Discord right now. You said Nevada in 7. All right. QCC Thunder Bay.
I got something crazy here. Thunder Bay doesn't win a single game or lead at all and gets swept.
Ooh. All right. So you have QCC in Nevada.
Yeah. And in this one, QCC goes up 3 games. And then in game 4, the simmer accidentally hit sim game instead of live game. And they won 9-0. And everyone's mad.
So QCC winning it all.
Yeah.
Would that cause a resim in your opinion?
No. I don't know. There's been worse.
In the playoffs with the finals, I think it would, if they didn't live sim an elimination game.
Imagine there was a resim and then Quebec got reverse swept.
I would absolutely turn my notifications off for like 5 days. All right. So let me go ahead and stop sharing again. Our all-powerful statistician in the back room sent me a bunch. Okay. Okay. I'm trying to see. I'm just I don't know. Sorry, Shawnee. I'm trying to learn what it is. This is what happens when we're not prepared. Actually, this is what happens when it's a late sim and we're late.
Even if we were prepared, this is where it would be.
Yeah. All right. So I believe this is this week's top performers on forward, if I'm not mistaken. So Seth, go. Even Shawnee didn't want to type out the full name. Shawnee says this one is the points this last week. Thank you, Shawnee. Yes, points this last week. Seth went 21 goals, 16 assists for 37 points. 37 points in 18 games.
Are they the Dangler or Gretzky's office? That's a question.
I don't know. We'll have to check that. I believe it's
Slash wants it. Slash wants it.
Depends. Are they a center? I can tell you. Maximus from Detroit went. Dang it! You took it from me.
We got time for a rant, I think.
No, you made me laugh, so now my rant's gone.
Oh.
Maximus from Detroit went 16 games played, 14 goals, 15 assists, and 29 points. Greg Evil out of Quebec City, 18 games played, 10 goals, 21 assists, 31 points. Bob Bergen Jr. from Quebec, 13 goals, 18 assists, 31 points. Detroit, Thurston Bull. 7 goals, 20 assists, 27 assists, 27 points. I'm not going to read all 3 of these, but QCC has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 of the top 20 scores this week.
Not
8
surprising.
of the top 20 scores this week. St. Louis has 3 of them. Detroit has 4 of them. Way to go, Maine. 2 top performers on the top 20. Way to go, Maine. We're proud of you. Not the same 3 teams. Oh, Cammie says they're Grets. So they're a center. those are all the stats you get from me this week. I got finally throw a pizza in the oven now, been nonstop on sheets since getting home. Thank you, Shawnee.
Thank you, Shawnee.
And Coop, congrats on being number 5. Toaster, congrats on being number 12.
I fell off.
Evil, congrats on being number 3. Wait, that's not top 20. That's you were
11.
11.
12.
So not bad.
10. I don't know. Whatever.
10. You're 10. Starts at 3.
Hard reading's hard. Numbers are hard.
Yep. Any thoughts on this besides, good Lord, the amount of goals QCC scored?
I was just going through. I don't remember exactly what sim date the week started, but QCC had 8 or 9 games with 10 or more goals.
Cammy said Seth led in goals 55 this season. Has to be Gretz.
Tied with another Gretz.
Well, it's just that they're the center, right? Wasn't it all the centers were Gretz?
All centers are Gretz.
Yeah, he's the center. Yeah.
If you're for those out there that joined season 85, just be prepared. Go to some teams. You're going to be playing Gretzky office. Ignore all the other stats if you want to play center. Load them into Gretzky office.
So I've proposed this in the past with some of people that I'm kind of in friends group with in sim leagues, but like I always thought it'd be interesting if when you create, you choose an archetype. So you can max out a couple stats that are assigned to that archetype, and then you can't max out the others. So you kind of lean into that, and that would affect how people draft and all that. But I think it would lead to a kind of, not every center is at Gretzky's office. Maybe you get some playmakers, some snipers, power forwards. I always thought that would be interesting to see how it plays out.
Johnny, you did way more than enough for us. Really appreciate it.
Go put your pizza in the oven.
Go put, at least preheat the oven first. You can come back and talk to us while that's preheating and then cook it, and then you can come back. You have a little bit of time before you're able to eat, so you might be able to do a little bit more stats if you're really motivated. I agree. I was not ignoring. I completely agree with you. I think that I think that there's other people that have made suggestions on what could work. And I think it does need to be looked into. It's just, and I'll be honest, if Kelowna gets knocked out in the first round, which is a good possibility, Shawnee's a great GM. Kelowna gets knocked out in the first round, I'm full on Great Falls because they're doing something just a little bit different than everybody else. Rather see that. I'd rather see something different than doing the same thing. So, Toaster, you don't have to say anything. You got to go back to the locker room. I understand. So,
I mean, that's what happens, though, right? Is you do the thing, or else you get rolled over.
Yep. I mean, you're kind of forced into it, and so it's. I didn't. I think a lot of times, if it's that overpowered, then it needs to be looked into. But I mean, I will say it's not my highest thing. Back-to-backs need to be looked into. We are playing 3 lines and playing a professional schedule with 3 lines. And so how much is that really affecting fitness? Other leagues in FHM play 3 lines, but they have a different, schedule, like college. I think one of the less professional, not college in there, but the USA Development League, and they only play a couple games on the weekend, and they have all week off, play games on the weekend. That makes sense with 3 lines. If you're going to force the 3, which I don't think we should go above 3 lines, but maybe we need to look at increasing. What's the stat I'm trying to think of, but blanking on right now?
Stamina.
There it is. Thank you. Maybe we should look into increasing stamina and off the start. And Shawnee, you're right. Doing the same thing over and over again is a sign of great foolishness unless it's an SHL meta. Then everybody does it. So
I was never a simmer in FHM, so I don't know how rigid the schedule is. If somehow you could make it last over the whole year instead of the NHL months, because you don't need a draft or anything in there or something like that, even to space games out more.
yeah, I mean, so they had been talking about removing as many back-to-backs. I think Kelowna, we either had 19 or 18 back-to-backs. And if I'm not mistaken, I think 8 of those was within the first 2 months of the season.
Wow.
So it's like, yes, I think adding stamina would help. I'm not going to get, this is a sanction. If you want to hear my true thoughts, it will probably be uploaded in a podcast that is not sanctioned by the SHL, so I can't get fined. So anyways, we're going to go into, oh, he's sending me one more, so, which is perfect time for me to share my screen on what I meant to talk about last week, but we didn't talk about it all this season, which is the in-season cup. Was I not talking about it because I was mad? No. Was I a little upset? Yes.
A little bit.
But let's go to see who finished with the cup. Congratulations, Vancouver. You ended the season with the cup.
The clutch last win.
With
the dominant last win, too.
Dominant last win. Absolutely. Tell me. Can't we just put it in the chat? I'll share it. I don't care. Days with the cup. Running down the teams. Anchorage, Carolina. Never touched the cup. Colorado had it for 4 days. Detroit, 5 days. Great Falls, surprisingly, only had it for 1 day. Equally surprisingly, Kelowna held it for 11 days. Maine with 5 days. Nevada, 15 days. Newfoundland with 5 days. Ottawa is the longest streak with 27 days with the cup. Quebec City with
16 of them were concurrent.
It's not even so much stamina. It is. It's the fitness that I will openly admit right now, right then, I didn't know as much about tactics going into the season. The last couple weeks, I've learned a lot about tactics, and I'm not happy about what I learned. Anyways, Quebec City, 22 days with the cup. San Diego, 12 days with the cup. St. Louis, 8. Thunder Bay, 4. Vancouver, 11. Yukon, 11. Or Yukon, 10. Longest streak, 16 days for Ottawa. Highest chances at the cup was Quebec City with 17. So, yeah. Let's go into groups. Hot Dog won Group 1. Ricer won Group 1. 84 points. It looks like 7 won Group 2 with 67 points. Group 3 was won by, not Cammy, Chris with 96 points. Sorry, Colonel Sanders with only 28 points. Schulte 74 won Group 4 with 101 points. That seems to be the highest one so far.
Yep.
OP Squid was 71, won Group 5. Group 6 winner was No Goal with 87. Group 7 was won by Kevin with 64.
It's the lowest winner so far.
Huh, yeah. Orbiting Def 76 in Group 8. RTPC Group 9 was 76. I think 101 is going to win it, honestly. Mm-hmm. Group 10, 89. Jason, 97 with the win. Group 11, Marshy, 83. Group 12, Cement Hands with 60. That's now the lowest number.
That is the lowest. 43 of them coming from one team.
Yes, Edmonton. It's a solid pick. Group 13. Scud Muffin won with 73. And Group 14, Just Another Hockey Fan with 78. So, yeah, that is your in-season cup.
I'm proud to announce I wasn't last this year.
Kevin wins ISC and Fantasy Group.
Kevin OP.
And then Cammy also said, I thought it was golf. That's what Toaster thought last season.
And most of this season, too.
So let's switch out. Hopefully it doesn't bring the screen. There we go.
Hey.
Let me make sure Shawnee didn't send me one more. Did we get anything else from Shawnee? We did not. So yeah. Toaster, what do you want to talk about? We have about 5 more minutes. World Juniors hiring. Yeah, remembered. World Juniors are hiring. If you're wanting to be a GM for a WJC team, apply today. Let me pull up that information real quick.
While you're doing that, the J Awards Committee still hiring a co-head to join Kari.
Yes. And also...
You're not voting. The position is not voting. It is heading the group with Kari, organizing the votes, casting the ballots, creating slides. More like project management than voting, but should be fun with Kari.
Yep. Reach out to Kari for that one. Reach out to Kari for the WJC GM jobs or LGRW 613. It's on the site. If you can't find them, message me. I'll point you in the right direction. If you're wanting to try to GM before you take the big step of being a GM anywhere else, this is a great low stress way to do it. Absolutely do that. And then also we are still looking for events department head. Jert is wanting to retire from it. Nobody has applied. There is some graphics involved in it, but from what I've been told, if you don't feel as comfortable with graphics, still reach out. There's a lot of people in the events toast. You know what? Ottawa and 7.
Oh. Kari missed that part.
But the events head, we really need an events head, or we won't be having live drafts anymore. So it kind of needs to be filled. So let's do it.
It's an important one, but you'll be widely loved by everyone in the league.
Oh gosh. We had 20 back-to-backs. Thanks, Shawnee, for that math check. He's showing all the back-to-backs. Matt, how did I miss you last week? Did we not talk about the jobs last week?
We did. We just completely skipped over the J.
Okay, that was Toaster's fault. Toaster wrote the show sheet.
Okay, sure.
Sorry, Toaster. I had to throw you out on that. It's okay. I wrote the show sheet. I forgot about it. It was buried in all the other jobs. We had
one more thing to respect Kari's wishes. The J head does not vote. They are management. They don't vote.
You said that. We did not get any questions. I think this is one of the first times we didn't get questions on our podcast question thing. So yeah,
we're gonna shout out. They're both from QCC, as you can probably imagine. But two players reached 100 points this season. Greg Evil with 100 even and 72 assists, which I think is tied for second all time.
Wow.
Hold on. Easy way to check that. Hold on. Awards. Nope, that's not what I want. J records. Most assists in a season. 70.
It makes it. You keep saying that it's non-voting makes people think that you've been voting behind the scenes. I'm leading into the Kari hate.
Yeah, 72 assists for Greg Evil puts him second all time.
Wow.
Just beating Fourier Solberg by 1.
It's what a good dangler does.
You don't see a counterattacking forward put up those numbers.
Definitely don't see a quarterback doing it.
And then Seth Go with 111 points.
Jeez.
Missed out on the 5th spot all time by 2.
Wow. All right. Well, if anybody has any questions, post them. If not, we're about to sign off. Thank you guys. Before I do that, anything you'd like to talk about, Toaster, before we get off?
I don't think so. Got my 2 things out of the way there.
Shawnee, what kind of pizza? Slash, you have anything that you'd like to finish on, Slash?
I always think it's interesting when players put up like 100-point seasons because it's like we were looking at the player roles, right? But it's like, do they have stats that lend better to these roles, especially because they were so uniform down the lineup? Like, I'm looking at Greg Evil and the passing's at 14, which is pretty good, but I don't see anything like, 16, 17 passing. So it's just interesting. I'd love to know what exactly goes into why they're amazing and the other danglers aren't, but it might be a mystery.
That's fair. That is more than fair. So, Shawnee, is this to all of us or just to Slash?
Rate my team.
Yeah, we're not going to give it to you. Rate your season 1 through 10, both as a team and as a player.
We're rating the pizza. My season was pretty fun. I liked joining a new locker room. I've been on St. Louis with my first player. I was on Maine for like 1 second, and then I got drafted to Anchorage, and that was a whole different vibe. So Vancouver's a lot of fun. I've been organizing game nights, which has been cool. And yeah, it's just been a fun vibe. And then for the team, or for my player, I got a bunch of points, which is really weird because I'm trying to make a defensive defenseman. So I think I had like 30 something, 40 points.
Yeah, I remember when I was scouting you, you said that you wanted to be a defenseman.
You peeked at my role and it still said crease clearing. So I don't know why I would get points on offense. I had a couple 2-goal games. I don't know what that's about. So I'm pleasantly surprised. I think
the crease clearing in FHM is now the new Sam Bennett role.
Oh,
where you're sneaking up behind the goalie and knocking him in the head,
punching him. Yeah,
easy points.
I took points out of fighting, so maybe that's why we stopped winning.
Our crease clearing defenseman has 4th most shots on the team.
Toaster, rank your season 1 through 10. Your first full season as GM.
First full season as GM, yeah. 10. Finally broke 100 points in the standings. That felt good. Team overall performed great. Individually, I also performed well. Tied for first right now with goals. Feels good.
I would go a 6. It's only because I've been dead inside for 2 weeks, so the numbing hasn't been able to drop it below a 5. It's just it was a huge learning curve. Like I said, I've learned a lot. Tough taking over Kelowna after what they did last year, going into this year, and then losing our top 2 defensemen right off the bat to them getting called up, and then the fact that after 66 games, my player still only has a slight chemistry with his line mates, which is just mind-numbing to me. But the locker room in Kelowna has been great, has been very welcoming. There is no Fire Patrick signs yet. We will see next week if they start popping up. So Cammy wants to know if you did, or Shawnee said to the streamer, just say finally broke 100 points like it was super casual.
We fell 1 point short last season. As a player, I fell 1 point short this season.
There was another question from Kari, and I'll just let since you're already on his bad side, Slash, why shouldn't we fire Shawnee?
Why shouldn't we? He's done a good job building a cool LR, and I think that's one of the most important things, right? Especially they were selling a lot of players at the beginning of the season because I think with this class and then maybe with next class, we got a bunch of cool people recreating. I think I saw Overdue recreate. I think that was the plan, maybe a 2-3 season retool. But those people still hang around. Like, it's just a fun place to be. So that's why I would keep him kind of a mascot.
Now, here's my question. How many times have you guys went whale hunting?
Whale hunting? Not once, but
it's only an off-season task.
Yeah.
I'll wait for Shawnee's Discord message in just a second.
We should go as falcon hunting, I think.
All right. Well, I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up there.
Don't fire Shawnee. We need stats.
We do need stats. Don't worry, Shawnee will get punished. IHF season is just upon us, so he'll get punished in a week. But Slash, thank you so much for joining us tonight. Thank you for coming on the J tonight. Well, there it is.
There's the messages.
You're not a whale supporter. Whalers are not whale supporters.
I'm cool with the whales. They're fine.
But thanks for joining us. We'd love to have you on later on again.
Yeah, I'd love to come back.
Run back through the playoff predictions, see how we did.
I know you'll be doing a bunch of different things.
Got to give Alistair Kane's life story. That's a good 30, 40-minute thing. I was robbed a Rookie of the Year. I got a rant.
What job, before we get off here, what job do you see yourself going for?
What do you mean job?
On the site.
You just said no one applied for events department head. I'll look into that.
There you go.
I like doing graphics, actually. So,
Toaster, same time next week. Maybe a different time, maybe Saturday. We'll see as we get closer.
Yeah. Either one. Either one should be fine. If we do Saturday, the second round will be done.
Kami, if you're still watching, message me. You might need to take my place on the last episode of the season because I will be on vacation that weekend.
Not allowed.
I actually get a summer vacation. I'm looking forward to it after. And everybody knows I'm going on summer vacation. That's why I've been so slammed this week. So, anyways, Toaster, you have any final thoughts?
Just thank you to Slash for coming on.
Yep.
That legendary pink headset everybody's loving.
Let me tell you, hey, Cammy, you can take my place. I'd love to have you be the guy. And I'll give Toaster the login. He can just start pushing buttons here.
I can push buttons. Might not be the right ones, but I'll push something.
Thank you guys for watching. Everybody in the SHL, we love you. I want to sign off this week by saying the same thing I said at the end of the podcast on our friends podcast. If you're struggling, reach out to somebody, talk to them. It's the best option. There's a whole bunch of people in this league that care about you. Reach out to one of them.
Yep.
So, love you, SHL. Have a great night.